get your order now, make you bless you from the north to the south. Listen, from dawn to dusk, only picking the joy from us. The evil we do not want, we all disgust. Souls gone, filling our eyes with dust. Increasing acts from the beggar on the street, we on mask. Showing a grand kill. Really believe this is more like a grand hill. The world have to stand still. Humans are feasted on, just like you carrying the hand field. The money man intellect, some believe it's a conspiracy, yet not real. The intelligence of men are filled against corona. Indeed, you are a straight flu. Is it true that the man made you? Then to that man in his family alone should have stayed true. With all the clues, how could we ever play loose? Now the world is crying. Listen, from dawn to dusk, many more picking the joy from us. The evil we do not want, we all disgust. Souls gone, filling our eyes with dust. Increasing acts from the beggar on the streets, we on mask. Showing a grand kill. Many believe this is more like a grand hill. The world have to stand still. Humans are feasted on, just like you carrying the hand field. The money man intellect, some believe this is a conspiracy, yet not real. The intelligence of men are filled against you. Corona, indeed you are a straight flu. Is it true that the man made you? Then to that man in his family alone should have stayed true. With all the clues, how could we ever play loose? Now the world is crying, because new millions are dying, health workers are crying, but those of the reports are lying. And who are we to prove all the news that are the lies of the truth? For many are blind and still applauding crooks. Paid that close is going to be paying bail. Take a dose of facts and strips and pills. Hey, let's not be loose in Africa. When we are among the list, this is good, but why do we dine with the beast still? Africans, I used to be followers. Our misleaders are clueless, so rather we used to borrow heads. In the end, we begin to wallow in a solo mess. With our greed, we ever stop or at least begin to borrow less. Because it's who we are. Back on Hallelujah, Allah Akbar. Our true heroes need to die. Give them like who's to die. Celebrating our best masters of who we are. When we experience continental food in class. What we care for the poor. The world will be a better place if the needy are catered for. And if they have some machines and see this a business law. Better give your money to where God who has more. In the look, Charlie, I know I'll be hated, yo. But I am an eclectic soul. Artistically, I'm prolific, so I get selective on the climatic flow. Growing attention with magnetic poles. Never fearing those that can kill the body and not the soul. This is apocalyptic, yo. Please, Father, let it to power be. Let me give you a human series of the time. Let it be a step in technology. Let it destruction how it might be. A new world order is all that I see. Charlie, this go be like a revolution. We shall come out victorious. We shall surely find a solution. But I pray we learn our lesson to be kind to nature, to one another, and to all of creation. Ehalakasa. They'll be sending us a passing. So we carry on pain from top of this fantastic. And then I say, we cannot have gone to the city of the farmer, but you want to go to the mom. For now, they're telling me we think that you make the money to the nation now. Because there's your for the lost connection. I'm not going to pick up your phone. Not yet. This is the question. I'm trying to one day we literally get my boy one day my coach go clear. We need to have different problems. People will get fear. Secure within my life before. If I know what that was. Hello, hello. Good evening once again to everyone. Charlie, always a delight to come your way each and every Friday. Just as we do it, it's the Ehalakasa online talk party. So we say Akwaba to the motherland, Akwaba to Africa, Akwaba, wherever you're joining us from. Tonight, let me see who is in the who is in the building, as they will say. Okay, I see Ifia. Ifia, I don't know which of the fears this is. I see Huawei Y6 Prime 2019. I see Etia Hene also. I see the poet. Yes, Apioko Ashon Abe in the building. I see Fumwa, my co-host. All right, and I see others also joining. So please do want to share the link across board. Share to your various WhatsApp platforms, Facebook, wherever, and let the party begin. Because tonight, with the array of artists we are bringing you tonight, we can't afford to have just a few in the room. So please do want to share the link and let's get everybody here. Efuma, what's up? Efuma, can you unmute and let's vibe small, like 2 minutes before the games begin. Okay, I see Archibald also, connecting via audio. Nice. Okay, and I see Sir Black himself. Salutes. He ensures everything happens every Friday. Archibald Colley, Akwaba. Or Archibald Colley. All right, so please do want to share the link, and let's start the party. Okay, I see Fumwa with her pink Ehalakasa, ever blazing, with her charming smile. How's the week been, Fumwa?
Oh, nothing. Your end.
Charlie, cool. It's been some week like that, with a lot happening in town. I see bombs being thrown, Charlie, bullets flying here and there.
What is happening? We don't have to talk about it.
I know, right? So, Charlie, so that's why we are grateful to God for events like the Ehalakasa Online Talk Party, where we can come here, ease off the stress, and come here to forget our worries, come here, forget the rest of the world, and just know everything will be all right.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes, I see. Okay, the poet also in the house, and salute to everybody joining via YouTube and also Facebook. Yes, Charlie. Tonight, where the people do? You guys, please do want to share the link and
let's share the link.
Because tonight we have a Pioko in the house. So you can't just have a few coming, showing up. When a Pioko is in the house, we need to get a room full. Okay. Yes, I see others also joining.
Hi.
Hey, Apioko, what's up?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you so much for handling the invitation. Always a pleasure to have you. It's the second time, right?
No, my first, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I've popped into the room a few times, so this is my first time actually going to be sharing tonight.
Wow. And tonight is the night.
It is.
Nice. And Apioko looking ever gorgeous as always with her new wine. Is it wine or red?
Oh, it's red, red, okay. Red hair.
Good mark there. Nice. So tonight, are you coming with your stage setup? It's always like an ensemble. It's always like.
No, today I'm rolling solo. Today, I mean, when you have an audience like the Ehalakasa audience that really understands the words, you don't need to do too much to put, the message out there. So today is just the page and me and the page.
Nice. We respect that. All right. So Charlie, for those who are coming early to catch the early one, so let's just get started. If you have something fun poetry for us tonight?
No, nothing.
Oh, sir. Okay. All right. Then let's start off with the bios.
Okay. So I'm starting with Lambs.
Nice.
With more deliveries than a midwife, call me the matron of this art. This is Lance.
Okay, nice. All right, so I continue with that of Apioko, a very long one, but well deserved, trust me. Okay, so Apioko Seram Ashon Abe is a Ghanaian American poet, writer and author, literary critic, media practitioner, activist, and versatile creative of Ghana, Dangbe, and Ewe ancestry. She is the author of The Matriarch's Verse, a collection of poetry which is available on booknook.store and Amazon, both on paperback and Kindle editions. Her work is noted for its rare narrative prosaic nature, which is uncommon in poetry. She has also been commended for the sharp, vivid imagery of her pieces. Living in Ghana, where oral literary traditions are intricately intertwined with deep culture and history, she performs within West Africa's most sophisticated spaces and has been featured on 2 TEDx platforms. She has also been a speaker at Republica, the largest conference on internet and digital society in Europe. Again, Apioko is listed on TED.com as a headline performer for TED Women 2020. She is an active member of the prestigious and exclusive TED Red Circle community, under whose auspices she has sat on the TED Global Idea Search panel, working with other TED community members to select the next set of TED Global speakers. Wow. She has also performed at the Sundance Film Festival 2021. Her performances are varied and animated. You can expect to see Apioko inject life into her poems with classical Afropop, reggae, rock music forms, contemporary dance, and alternative art. Apioko causes quite a stir, yes, because the poetess chooses to read her pieces on stage rather than delivering them off memory. From pages to stages around the globe, her work has been highlighted and acknowledged in anthologies, university theses, performance sets, articles, among others. In October 2018, she staged a poetry concert dubbed The Matriarch's Verse at the Plush Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City, Accra. It remains Ghana's largest poetry event to be hosted by an individual artist, having featured over 12 supporting acts and having attracted an audience of over 1,000 people, representatives of various industries and walks of life. When she is not creating literary orgasms, Apioko, as the head of programs production at the Accra-based City 97.3 FM and City TV, is most likely designing content, producing or hosting game-changing shows. As a seasoned media practitioner, she is also a copywriter, a voice-over artist, an event MC, event curator, organizer, producer, and an advertising concept designer. Additionally, her work at City FM and City TV as an activist for literacy and numeracy, art and culture, art, business, gender-related progress, and socio-economic development has been well received. Apioko is the host of Diplomatic License on City TV, which features senior diplomats and high-ranking experts who work in Ghana, focusing on the non-official aspects of their lives. The program showcases anything from what they eat to family life, fashion and style, to art, history and culture that characterize their home nations. Her love for diplomacy has also led her to become the moderator of the Institute of International Affairs, Ghana. Also, Apioko hosts What's Cooking on City TV. She is an editorial advisor for the Influence Her Project, an editorial program and global community, working alongside living legends such as Pat Michelle, Alison Small, and Christine Hinan to empower and amplify female voices. Again, at Africa 6 News, she is a part of a team of eager young Africans who are working to reclaim the African narrative from the Western media. Furthermore, Apioko is the coordinator of Democrats Abroad, West Africa, the official foreign body of the Democratic Party of the United States of America. As a literature scholar, Apioko also spends much of her time mentoring and teaching young Ghanaians, focusing on anything from literature to social issues, to writing skills, to love, to relationship, to sexual education, to career guidance. Editing and crafting pyramids of meaningful words tend to keep her occupied as well. Looking for another pastime, and perhaps Apioko's most cherished moments, then chatting with her adorable son, dancing with her beautiful daughter, cooking with her entire family, and simply loving her phenomenal husband. All right, so that's the bio of Apioko, a long one.
Wow.
Well deserved achievement. All right, so tonight.
A big woman, eh?
I tell you, superwoman right there. All right, so it's a privilege and a honor to have your call. All right, so Efumwa, over to you.
Let's move on to Timothy K.
Nice.
Timothy K is a Kenyan-based poet, blogger, and part-time psychotherapist. When not engaging those around him with interesting conversation or behind the decks, he is thinking what his next piece will be. He has performed and owned thousands on numerous stages and in the African Poetry Grand Slam 2020 champion. He has been described as provocative, humble, funny, and shy by many. Words are the spotlight he uses to navigate this dark world. He uses poetry and blogging to provoke thought and action on social, political, contemporary, spiritual, and psychological issues. He is a sucker for books and does not shy away from judging them by their covers. You can reach and interact with him on Timmy GK across all social media and streaming platforms. So that's about Timo GK.
Okay, nice. Thank you, Efumwa. Okay, so now we can set the ball rolling. We have two powerful kings and a beautiful queen. So who gets to start for us?
Okay, so
ladies first.
Ladies first, eh?
Says who?
Yeah.
Okay,
Who
Efumwa, you
said
decide.
that? Who said ladies first? Lambs.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's start with our big woman. Let her pave the way for us.
Okay. The ever
Miss
gorgeous.
Apio.
Okay, I will start then. I take the challenge. I'll start. But who
Nice.
said ladies first? It's a good question. Who said that? Yeah. So I'm going to start with one from my collection, The Matriarch's Verse. I wrote it all the way back in 2015. And I'm going to share this one because the rains have come. And when the rains come, unfortunately in Accra, there are floods all over the place. And now we even have Kumasi and other parts of the country flooding. But more importantly, as you'll see with this poem that I'll share, people suffer when it rains. And we often don't think about the individuals until we hear them on the news. We see that somebody has died, somebody has been displaced. But people suffer in our country, Ghana, when it rains. So this one is called Ayana is Meant to Be a Beautiful Flower. A vile, cancerous, grotesque sore eats at the walls of our proud societal stomach. We bleed, we vomit blood, we are sick. Ayana's worn feet scrape the dusty, muddy concrete pavements of Makola and of Accra Central. Ayana's tortured, clumsy soul angers a pavement tile. It spits and quakes and spins on an invisible pivot. Ayana, the beautiful flower with huge, doughy eyes, yelps in a tortured, mangled space of frightful familiarity, of fearful futility, of unfettered, unbearable pain. Then the angry pavement tile gives way, and Ayana's emaciated, life-mutilated skeleton dives into that pit of a gutter. Ayana, the beautiful flower with huge doughy eyes, yelps in a tortured, mangled space of frightful familiarity, of fearful futility, of unfettered, unbearable pain. Ayana propels her broken self back up into this broken world. Ayana slithers along the dusty, muddy concrete pavements of Makola and of Accra Central. The filthy, bacteria-infested granules of sand claw at Ayana's knees, and they eat into her bloody, red, muddy sores. A woman click-clacks briskly by, and her market basket slaps Ayana's head, and Ayana's bleeding knees fail her, and she falls flat on her stomach. The ghost of her tattered blouse, which her dead mother bought for her 10 years ago, cannot prevent the dusty, muddy concrete pavements of Makola and of Accra Central from hurting her, from bruising her, from pushing her into a place of embarrassment. And so Ayana, in an embarrassed frenzy, prostrates herself, burying her beautiful petal face with the lids of her huge doughy eyes in a damp, sticky heap of yesterday's market rubbish that the Bola truck hasn't collected yet. Ayana surrenders herself to this tortured, mangled space of frightful familiarity, of fearful futility, of unfettered and unbearable pain. It's 4:15 p.m. now, and the skies threaten to sneeze tonight. Misty moments are supposed to nourish beautiful flowers and to rejuvenate our gasoline-charged breaths, to hose down the dusty, muddy concrete pavements of Makola and of Accra Central. And yet, this Ayana can only dread the thought of a soaked piece of cardboard, another night of malnourishment or no nourishment at all. And in the morning, the robotic SUVs, the racy Jaguars, and the peeling trotros of Makola and of Accra Central. They will splash this Ayana, this beautiful flower with huge doughy eyes, with new muddy water, washing the blood from her bones in utter oblivion.
Charlie, only a few poets like Pyoko are able to paint words so vivid, so detailed, meticulous, like so real. Listening to it feels like watching a movie because you picture everything right before you, and this piece is so relevant, just as it is captivating, like so relevant for the times. Thank you so much, Pyoko, for that reminder.
Thank you.
So please watch out. We are in the rainy season, and be safe. Thank you so much, Pyoko. All right, Fuma.
Nothing.
After Ayana, who comes next?
Lambs comes first. Comes second.
Okay. Yo, Lambs. Lambs, what's up?
Okay, Charlie.
Yeah, I know, right?
Are you ready? I do. Okay.
So you have for us your first
You
performance.
ready?
Anytime, when you are.
Okay. I was told at a very young age that the shortest way to solving a problem was with pills and potions. I never sat down right with my emotions, but little by little, I fell prey to the notion and it devoured me inside, leaving no stones unturned. Now I can't even turn these stones upright, not to talk of the hands of time. It's either I smoke one weed, else I won't be able to write a rhyme. And just like men's gold, my investments in that kind of life brought me no dime, and I wish I could start a life of crime, but I shone. Yet I never turn my head the other side anytime I flip through porn. I'm so short, yet when I get high, I feel like I'm LeBron. Now I'm stuck at home when all my parties, they go school for Legon. I turned lean due to Benalin, and even when I lean to sleep, I can't even dream better dreams. I can't love myself like I used to, and it's breaking my heart. I need to talk to Cupid. I feel stupid, but I can't seem to get enough of the coke and one night stands. Charlie, as it stands, my dreams all need beats. Thank you.
Lance. Yes, sir. One thing I love about Lance is his juicy rhymes. You understand? Me, I feed on rhymes, so when I hear rhymes, there's something to do with me, Charlie. That was with some metaphors in there, Charlie. He uses the literary devices so well. Just like a Pyoko. I don't know, they study the English, like I don't know how they study their English, Charlie, but that was beautiful. Thank you so much. All right, so from Ghana, where do we move to? Ifumwa?
We are moving to Kenya, the man who uses poetry to describe social, political, and contemporary issue. Timo GK.
Yo, Timo, what's up? I'm looking for Timo. I saw him somewhere.
Yeah, I did as well.
Okay, I think yes, Timo is just getting in. You'll get in soon. All right, so if you are here, welcome again to the Ehalakasa online talk party. Let's see who else is in the building. Okay, I see Brittany Tichi. I see Alberta Entry, Jedidiah, yes, Jedidiah Agume, Robert Inkum, no nickname. Who else? Abdul Rashid Nuhu. I see Fiber Bernard Fives. Yes. And salute to all those connecting via YouTube. And please do all to subscribe to our channel. Yes, Timo GK is in the building. Yo, Timo, what's up? Can you unmute and let's vibe? Hello, Timo. Yes, sir. Yes. What's up, bro? Can you please speak up a little?
I had an issue with my connection. That's why I was off.
Okay.
But now I'm back. I hope you can hear me.
Yes. We can hear you. Nice. So you can just amplify a little more. We'll be glad.
Okay.
Nice. So, what do you have for us as your first performance?
For my first performance, it's a piece about death, yeah? And death and these kids, they're like just death goes to this home and then yeah. But death has not come for it.
Okay.
So yeah. Title for it yet. You get to listen and enjoy. That thing while our parents were working in the fields. We were kids playing at home. We walked through the gate like no other visitor we ever had. Head poised, shoulders straightened. We sure knew what he wanted. We played with him, we shared our lunch, told him secret spots where our parents told us to hide in case monsters came home. He was no monster they ever described. He had no horns, no scales, no tail. And his eyes neither burned with sulfur nor brimstone. He was clean cut and smart, attractive. He was no stranger that we were wont to ever welcome. He looked familiar. We recognized him like we recognized our shadow. He sure looked like he posed no harm to our innocent existence. We did not know he was a debtor coming to collect his dues. And when our parents came home, he collected. They recognized him. Fear for our future filled their eyes. They cried, knowing their pleas were falling on deaf ears. He did not let them take a shower, change their work clothes, rest a little. He never even let them enter the house. And the Trinity walked away into the darkness holding hands. And while our parents never blamed us, monster home, their faces were telltales. We would ever see them. Death sure looked like he posed no harm to our innocent existence, but years later, we still feel his burning presence. Yeah, that's my first poem. Yeah. Can you?
Yes, nice. All right, so thank you for that piece. The connection didn't permit us hear the bulk of it, but I knew you were talking about death, if I'm right. You talked about death in there and all that. Yes. All right, Charlie. So we'll play the next one will be, but it was still beautiful. It was a sad one though. All right, so we'll come back to you for the second performance, please. Okay, all right. So from Timo, where else are we heading to? We are coming back to Ghana.
Okay, so starting with the second stage, we are starting with the matron of acts, Lambs.
All right, Lambs. Yo, Lambs. Lambs.
I'll be waiting just.
Hey, right, they go back for what? Okay. Yes, can you
Yeah, sorry.
No problem.
Yeah, I was praying.
Okay, all right. Okay, nice. So what do you have for us as a second piece?
Okay. This piece is about domestic violence.
Mm.
Yeah, violence. I wrote it not long ago, but
Okay.
yeah. So I can't look my face in the mirror after what I did. I don't really give any justifications. I could have gotten someone's daughter killed. I could have gotten someone's daughter killed. Or say she didn't love me more than I do. So I did take her for a fool. I regret my actions. Lams Ahmed, what you did wasn't cool. I kept marking her face with my callous hands like a failed assignment. The irony be say, I promised to be a better than husband back in the day, but guess who really failed this assignment? Me. I turned Kakamu to be given. So anytime she see me, she be flee. A certified abuser. University of Ghana said forgive me degree. Better still, a PhD. Yes, PhD, because I keep putting her in distress, while I keep flaunting my money on a mistress. It never occurred to me that a time will come when I go feel the same stress. Now my baby Mercedes has Benz all over. Now my baby Mercedes has burns all over her body and it doesn't drive me crazy like it used to. After all this, wish you know report me give dog soup. Me Jimmy seminar also. Bruises on her face like a natural disaster. Sick of that, the pharmacy next street, short plaster. Our home used to be the breeding. Our home used to be the breeding ground for noise. We are literally ghetto blasters in human form. I thought I was doing right. I thought I was standing up for myself as a man. Little did I know that I was feeding my ego garbage and starving my soul from consciousness. Love was staring at me right in the face, but I couldn't see. The kind of love she showed me was true strength, but I mistook it for weakness. But saying sorry won't repair the feelings you had for me that are now broken. Now I sit here helpless while I watch your heart being stolen. And the worst part is, I would rather be tagged the thief trying to stop you from going away, a thief of joy. Abusing of a woman doesn't make you a man. Women are national treasures. So treat them with love, the kind of love rulers can't even measure.
Done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Charlie, this man deserves a medal. Yeah, for real. Yeah, let's give that man a medal. For real, Charlie. Like, the piece just entered me like, I don't know how I would talk on, but I saw what you did in there with the Mercedes and the Benz, and like talking about a very sensitive issue like that, and you could still bring it out so beautifully the way you did. But Charlie, in recent times we've had issues with domestic violence, more especially against women. Though men also suffer their own for some one corner, but the women
they don't. Why?
That's what the women are more prevalent.
Oh,
and thank you so much for voicing out. Yeah, and this is not just art, but art with relevance. Charlie, thank you so much. So tell me, Lance, the last time I saw you was the last time you were on the TalkParty, and ever since, what has been happening with you? Any projects coming up? Where have you been?
It's been the 9 to 5 now. Yeah, I've been, but I have a project coming up.
Okay, tell us about it.
Oh, Third Avenue Extension. It's actually, I named it after the street where I live in Tichy. So,
okay.
Yeah, on it I'll be talking about social stuff, love, friendships, and the usual.
So is it going to be an EP or?
It's going to be an album.
Nice.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done producing. Like I've produced like 8. I have 2 more left.
Oh, nice. And the piece you just performed, is it on the track list?
No, it's not. But I have a recording of it. I can send it to you.
Okay, so is it a released project, and where can we find it?
On Audio Mac.
Audio
Most
Mac,
of my
okay.
projects are made.
Nice.
Lamps are
Come again.
lamps.
Okay, so if you can please leave us leave a link in the chat box.
Okay.
We'll be glad.
Okay.
And also your social media handles in where Charlie Lams. Lams has a relevant voice and he needs audience. Charlie, so please do want to go out there, support Lams. Wherever you can find Lams, give him all the support he needs, Charlie.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you so much, Lams. All right. So Fuma, back to you.
Yeah, the last time I saw Lambs was at Perez Chapel.
Oh.
Hey,
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. And his piece was super. That was the first time I saw him performing. Yeah, okay, so let's move on to the poet, blogger, and a part-time psychotherapist.
Okay.
Timo GK.
Yo, Timo, what's up? Can you mute again and let's vibe on the second streak? Hello, Timo. Yes. That's Timo right there.
Yeah, I'm right here now.
Yeah, man. So what do you have for us?
The second piece I have, it's called, it's a mashup of two pieces I did sometime back.
Nice.
I hope you get me clearly this time.
Yes, this time is clearer.
Okay. It's a mashup of two pieces I did. One of the pieces was called Dad, I Don't Cry Anymore, and the other one was called Breathe. So I am not yet decided on the title of this piece. I think it has emerged right now. I have an issue with my titles for poems. So yeah. Here we go. Silence speaks a foreign language, but I can still hear the muffled screams behind the tears. Her tears soaked the dry grounds she walked on. A castaway seed shot, and as she cried, it flew on, but the earth still faced her hard on. Reality burns my skin when she says how long she tried to scrub off the white stains from her black tie. The sex was not consensual, neither was the marriage. Every night he lay next to her naked, leaking of cigarette smoke and cheap liquor. Whenever he had a silly grin across his face. He was chained to the ecstasy of the moment. A sweat boiled from his forehead, down his gorilla neck and dripped on her skin. Every muffled her scream. Bed she'd soaked her anguish. She stared into the abyss and aged before dawn. She has been to the mountaintop. Her aunt is battered to pulp. Her daughter's married. Her mother dangled from a tree with her tongue. She has been to brothels and has seen adolescents tied to bedposts. Jeans ripped off their immature hips. Sex workers drowning in spiked drinks. She recoils in the corner and shrinks. She takes her time to think of when she was in the back alleys and saw unconscious women up next to the garbage, of too many torn apart panties and broken dreams. There's no place to bring up the culture, but she is still expected to teach her daughter to strap a bra like a suicide vest, knowing her heart will explode once it's unhooked with force. To her, justice is just ice up cold, just another fairy little girl that told. To serve and to protect is just another concept, prison, concept, slogan, myth. She has seen prison bars grow farther apart with every girl that gets raped, murdered, mutilated. She has suffered. She suffered. She is strong and don't know how to show it. With a firefly heart in darkness and don't know how to blow it. With a budding seed of rejuvenation and don't know how to grow it. So she cries to summon a spirit back. She cries for light to shine on a heavy halo. She cries not knowing what else to do. The ground we stand on was scorched. She cried a river where earth was torn. These riverbanks of green pastures we will never want. Dada, cry no more. Mankind is annihilated once you stop breathing, so breathe. For even on your knees, deep inside there is a woman standing with her arms akimbo, guns on her waist, fire burning in her chest. She's still willing to fight, so cry no more. And if this river dies, if this green pasture dies, I will still stand by your side, close enough for you to get a shoulder to lean on. You ain't alone anymore. Dada, cry no more.
Mm.
Yes.
Charlie, cry no more, cry no more. And you know, this is not just any show, but on the Talk Party, there's healing. It is spiritual. Like this piece that just went by Timo GK goes out to everybody going through any form of downward spiralness in your life, like any darkness, whatever. It says cry no more. And if you are here and you are strong,
Yes.
please try hard to be a shoulder for someone to lean on. Yeah, man. That's the essence of life, Charlie. Thank you so much for that beautiful, life-giving, and healing piece. Timo J. So tell us, what's up with poetry, Kenya, and slam? I realized you're a slammer too. I checked you out, Charlie. Dopeness. So tell us about yourself and your poetry.
Yes.
Kenya.
So I started poetry some years back, about 5 years ago, and the poetry scene in Kenya, it's very like interesting. It's budding, like there's so much happening. There's so much exponential growth. The things are happening behind the scenes. Artists are growing, more stages are coming up. People are putting in more effort, more investments, more resources. So it's very fascinating to watch. I'm very happy and very appreciative that I'm part of the process. There's something I'm doing in all this movement. So I'm happy about that. And the other thing for my poetry, yes, I won the Poetry Slam Africa, Slam Africa, and it was on January 23rd this year.
Wow.
Yeah, that was quite a thing, and it was so exciting. It was quite a thing. I was happy. I had like my my fellow contestants. They were a worthwhile competition. People brought their all, man. They came out guns blazing.
I know, right?
Yeah, it was no joke. It was a no joke thing, man. And I'm the 65th. I'm the 65th. Yeah, I think I'm. Yeah, a lineup of 60 of us.
Wow.
I feel so happy that yeah. And also it opened doors for me. The title, it opened doors for me. It has helped me to learn new things over time. And also there's this other slam I'm taking part in. It's an Irish thing. It's happening on Tuesday this week. Tuesday next week. Tuesday the 6th. 6th July. Yeah, I think I'll send the link for those people who want to play. And I hope I'll do what I did on January 23rd and bring this home. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
Nice. I wish you the best on that. Wish you the best on that, Charlie. And I realize that there's a strong tie between Ghana and Kenya when it comes to poetry. So we look forward to giving you our maximum support every time you have something coming up. So please do well to share with Ehalakasa, share with us, and connect with wonderful poets like Apioko, Lams, Sir Black, and the rest, like Fiber, all of them, Charlie. Yeah, man. And let's see how
that's the thing you're doing today.
You know,
we must connect today, not tomorrow.
Oh yeah, for real. No, if Apioko is in the house, let me check. All right, Charlie, thank you so much. All right, so we look forward to seeing more of Timo GK. And where can we find your works? Because I found some on YouTube. Aside YouTube, where else can we find you?
Oh, it's I'm currently only on YouTube and other social media platforms. It's Timo GK across all social media. Timo GK on YouTube. But I'm working to have more content. I'm working on an EP, an album. I'm not yet decided about our.
Okay, nice. And also, lastly, how has your come again? Link.
Repeat the question.
Yeah, I was asking, how has your profession as a psychotherapist shaped and affected your art?
So first of all, as a psychotherapist, as a psychologist, I have the authority to speak about terms like about mental health issues, mostly in a more holistic manner, in an expert kind of manner. Like I know about these things. I have in-depth knowledge on them. I have dealt with these people, have the experience for these things. So it has helped me to give more holistic information, more holistic poems, more like it's not just only about the victims and the the people who suffer from mental illnesses. There's also other social structures that come into play. There are also government structures that come into play. Many things, it has opened my mind to a whole new spectrum of understanding of things. And also as a psychotherapist, we are taught how to understand people better from their behaviors, from what they do, from the what they talk. So I get to understand more people better, not just from what they are saying, but how they are saying it, the things they do, the behaviors they have. So yeah, and it has also helped me a lot in knowing what my audience wants. Because once I get into that stage, I look into people's faces, I see their mood. I know you have to do this poem, but with these people, with the mood they have currently, it won't work. You have to change. You have to give them something else. See?
Wow.
Yeah, so it's quite fascinating. It's quite fascinating. Yeah.
Wow. What a blessing you are. What a blessing you are. All right. So in just 30 seconds, what advice would you give to the rest of us who are those who are close to people who are suffering mental health, or even so most of us are suffering mental health, we don't even know it. What advice would you give to us over here?
So I'll make this very fast. First of all, for anyone to sort any mental health issues, we say it takes three parts. These three parts, two of them, it's social support. It's the support from the people around you, from your friends, from your family, from the churches and stuff like that. The other one is medical attention. That's 1/3 of it. And then for mental health issues, people want to you start getting medicated today and you get cured tomorrow. It doesn't work like that. It takes time. Before you sort all those issues, it takes time. So you have to put in the work, you have to be patient, and I guarantee you, with the correct social support, you'll find a way out.
Wow, Charlie, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So from Timo GH, where are we heading towards? Efumwa, thank you, bro.
We are heading towards the big woman, who she's a poet, she's an activist, she's a media practitioner, she's a writer and author, Akioko.
Nice.
Hi. Okay. So the next piece I'm going to do is titled Mutilated Mercy. And it's quite similar in terms of the kind of awareness it wants to create to the poem that Lambs did earlier. So it's about rape. And I wrote it last year, and it's a long time coming because for a long time I had wanted to write about rape, and I have a poem, The Honey Pot, which that focuses on marital rape in particular. But I wanted to find the right way to capture rape and all the activism that I do and all the things that I know about it. And I finally found it, the muse descended. And so I wrote Mutilated Mercy. Out of the darkness of the sunlight, he danced into her life, carrying a market basket full of love, joy, ecstasy, and care. But the sun's warm golden rays had toasted the blood and bones that covered the love, joy, ecstasy, and care, crispy and toasty like the tasty coating of Awunye's kina. He would carry her back. He would pay for her lunch. He would buckle her shoes. He would proofread her weekly reports. He would cry her cries and laugh her laughs. He would fight her fights and speak on her behalf. He was nothing short of a gentlemanly friend, the perfect confidant, the rare hot iron for every life crease and bend. His smile and masculine beauty were most prominent at sunset. But as the darkness began to fall, The darkness from which he danced grew darker, colder, more visible. She promised to cook some jollof and some goat-light soup for him. So she borrowed his market basket full of love, joy, ecstasy, and care, for she had no idea that there was toasted blood and bones in there. She filled the basket with tomatoes, rice, goat meat, and vegetables so fair. She arrived at his home. She tied her hair. She prepared a meal fit for a king and his heir. Then he pounced on her, ravaged her like a lion on an innocent gazelle, adding her blood and bones to his market basket full of defiled love, joy, ecstasy, and care, which was really a market basket, a basket full of mutilated mercy. And she is not alone. 5 years ago, his older cousin threw forgiveness out of the door. He decided that he would be a merciful God no more, and he shoved her through her bedroom door. He tore her clothes, snatched her face, and pounded her lady mortar with his man pestle, plunging her with his fingers until a ground paste of blood, pain, and fear began to pour down her thighs, her legs, her feet, onto her bed, becoming a stained badge of dishonor. And whom could she tell? Whom would believe her? They'd only accuse her of enticing him with short skirts, body-hugging dresses, stripper heels, long sleeves, and loud makeup. So she carried her story of mutilated mercy until it finally tore her heart and mind to shreds, until she blew her own candle of life out. And she is not alone. His father threw up his hands in the air because business was not good. He could not buy food. So the handsome young man began to search for work, for money, for life's meaning, scrambling to make sure that he could finish school and make a living. He met Miss Generous, but her generosity didn't last for long. She locked her office door and stroked and pulled his manstick until he tearfully begged her to do it no more. She called security and shouted as they humiliatingly dragged him on the floor. Then he met Mr. Benevolent, the man who offered to pay his school fees, fulfill his needs, to allow him to live his life as he pleased. And suddenly Mr. Benevolent began to pay him per round of good gay sex. He was caught off guard, and first time he was told to just relax. And from then on, it grew to become a game of blackmail, emotional trauma, deceit, and sexual currency. And now he lives in a perpetual maze of sorrow, pain, and shame, basking in the nauseating fumes of mutilated mercy. And he is not alone. What sin so terrible did I commit that this powerful God of patriarchy, of status, of fame has become a relentless predatory force, and myself a wretched victim, a sacrifice of praise and atonement and mutilation? Am I so dirty and worthless that mercy simply cannot be my portion? I hover over the earth as a lost, dejected spirit, hoping that the bloody taste of mutilated mercy on my lips, my tongue, my breast, and my vagina, that they know all this blood and pain that they know, that they may one day be worthy of the delicious spice of life again.
Like pieces like this always mess me up, trust me. And if Apioko was a playwright, if she was a movie writer, she would have written one of the best plays out there. Like
I've
wow.
actually written a play, but soon you see.
You should, because I listened to you for just 5 minutes. Feels like an extended play, an hour of a play, because you capture the picture, you paint the picture so well. It's so beautiful. Yeah. That was truly heartfelt. And being in the media space, I see you have lots of stories coming to you. So is it what's the challenge for you? Because you have a lot of things to write about.
Yeah. So there's a media space, that's one, and like you said, the stories come through all the time. But then there's also just people dropping messages in my inbox and telling me their stories because they don't have anybody else to talk to, and they feel they see you on TV or they see you on social media, they saw you at an event and they think they can identify with you and they pour their hearts out. But then there's also the teacher in me. So you have students who also bring their peculiar challenges to you, and especially women. But the interesting thing is when the men speak, because I find it interesting that men would come and confide in a woman, because it's an interesting paradox. They feel emasculated and they can't talk about it because society, the narratives, you have to be hard, all those things. But then they come to a woman, perhaps because they feel that there's a place of refuge and there's no judgment here. So it is very difficult. Sometimes I have to, and Timo is on the call. I was listening to him talking about his job as a psychotherapist and whatnot. And sometimes I actually have to speak to professionals to detach myself, because even writing about the characters, some of them, yes, are inspired by real life people, but others, just situations that I encounter, I create characters around them. And sometimes my characters haunt me. So I actually have to detach myself from them because I'm weighed down by the experiences that, of course, the real life people I meet are dealing with, but then also the characters that I create are also sharing. It's difficult.
Well, it's a blessing to have someone like you who say it as it is, and you are not afraid to just hit the nail right on the head, because this is what we need in our society, especially now. And a lot of people look up to you, not just the female poetess or poets, but then even the male, they look up to you over the years, your consistency, your class, like you have a certain class when Apioko is on stage, like it's just classic, it's just Apioko, and it's only Apioko you can find doing that in that presence, a very strong presence. Thank you so much for that beauty. And many of course, reading your bio and everything, TEDx, CTFM, TV, with the matriarchs verse, did you expect the kind of audience you had?
I didn't. So, I had spoken to my manager at the time, Firma Edinyami, and she's still my manager, but my management is bigger now. I've got Nikwe Ai in there, who handles a lot of the creative direction. There's Rex Dankwa, who happens to be the country manager of Betway Ghana, and he handles a lot of the business things. But at the time, Firma said to me, look, you need to stage a concert. And I said, well, she said, you have no idea. She said, I went somewhere, and when your name dropped, I knew that you arrived, and I want you to do this concert. So we planned this thing. The first shocker for me was approaching Kempinski and telling them that they should partner us for the concert. And they didn't bat an eyelid. Literally, we spoke to them for 10 minutes, and by the time we were leaving the room, they said they would give us the space and also subsidize the hors d'oeuvres, the food, the finger foods that we served on the night, and the drinks. And that's when I realized, okay, perhaps there's something here that I am not seeing. Now we had printed invitations for 150 people. On the night, we had over 1,000. Wow. Some people walked in and out. Some people were standing. But I didn't expect that crowd. And we did promote it. But poetry and the reception it has in Ghana and the arts in general. And I just didn't think that we would get that kind of reception. And I'll definitely be doing it again this year. Last year, because of COVID, we didn't do it. The year prior, I had launched the book, The Matriarch Verse. And so that served as my big event for the night. And that was another interesting time because, we didn't think we were able to sell poetry, let alone a poetry. Poetry performance is hard enough, spoken word and everything that goes with, but getting people to actually attend an event, to buy books that are being auctioned, and it's all poetry. We didn't know that we could do it, and we did. And it was the first book of poetry that was being published by Dakabli and Associates. They were surprised as well, pleasantly so. So that's what we did in 2019. So last year, because of COVID, there were a lot of virtual things happening, but I said, look, if we're going to do something, it needs to be as out of the box as possible. And we couldn't figure out how to do that in 2020. But this year, we'll definitely do something interesting.
Wow, nice. Charlie. So guys, please look out for Apioko. And please tell us some of your fond memories with Ehalakasa, how it began and all, like some of the things I'll never leave you.
Ehalakasa. I had left after high school. I'd gone to the States for a while, and I came back as a visiting student, because I went to an international school, and I said to myself that I hadn't had a very quintessential Ghanaian experience, but I wanted to live in Ghana. I'm Ghanaian, and I don't have an English name, and wherever I go, regardless of what my accent may say or what my appearance may look like, it's Ghana lives in me, like Ehalakasa lives in us, right? So I think the very first time, somewhere in 2009, I encountered Rhyme Sonny. I hadn't even met Sir Black then, and very briefly Mutombo, and then I began to pick up on the movement. So I had written so many pieces then, but I wasn't performing. I didn't know much about the poetry space and the performance space. But somewhere in 2010 or 11, I attended my first physical talk party. Now we're doing virtual ones and the bouquet, and something else. And that's where I just started, taking baby steps and trying to grow. And by 2013, 2014, we were doing interesting things with Chaliwate, and we were all over the place. And some of us have paid our dues. We were volunteering at Ehalakasa programs, sponsoring them, because at a point I was also doing food. I have a chef or cookery background. So myself together with Yaga Noma, who is the founder and CEO of Wanjo Food. So she makes sobolo and local drinks, and I was doing finger foods. And we were sponsoring some of the Ehalakasa programs, especially the festivals. I remember in 2013, Sarah Kay, the celebrated Def Jam poet, was in Ghana. And Sarah Black, we got to meet her, yes, and we got to sponsor that, section of events that was happening between Smoothies and Osu and then Republic. So I have a very long history of Ehalakasa, and when we say that a lot of us have passed through, people don't believe it, but giving us the confidence, and a lot of the audiences that we have now, we grew from Ehalakasa, because people, so think about it, a 35-year-old CEO now was 20-something, some 10 years ago, right? So they're also coming to Ehalakasa, and these audiences grow with you, and it builds your network as well, and people who knew you from way back are always willing to support the work you're doing. So apart from the mentorship, the stage, the craft and the grooming, we've also built a lot of great networks that have kept our art going over the years through Ehalakasa.
For real, Charlie. So guys, so someday soon, when we inaugurate the Ehalakasa Hall of Fame, you surely find the name Apioko in there. All has been her dues. Yes, she's been around. Trust me, she's been around. Apioko, salutes, a million salutes to you. And a superwoman by all standards. How she manages to do all that, I cannot tell. To go on and on, I'll ask a lot of questions. We'll not leave it tonight. Apioko, thank you so much. All right, it's been amazing. All right, so we move on to the third or final round of performances before we draw the curtains. Charlie, amazing artist here tonight. All right, Ifuma.
Nothing.
Charlie.
Okay, so we are starting with Timoji K.
Okay. Yo, Timo. So what do you have for us as your last piece for the night? Yes.
Right? So for my last piece, it's about a son who's saying goodbye to a man who was his father, but not the father. And it's quite short. I am not your son, you are not my father. We are two grown men saying goodbye. No need to forgive, no need to forget, no need to regret. I know your mistakes are in your mind. Before they turn off all the lights, I won't feed you your wrongs or rights. The time has gone. I folded your clothes on the chair. I hope you sleep well, don't be scared. Sleep for a little and breathe your last breath. You can feel my hand on your arm. Your daddy just close your eyes. Don't be afraid. My time to face the monsters away. Let there be no darkness. Yeah, so I think today I've talked about death twice in my poems. I don't know what with that. Yeah. So yeah, that was the piece. I mostly write in Sheng.
Can you please speak up? I can hardly hear you.
Okay. I say, can you write in Sheng? Sheng is the street language combination of Swahili and English. So and it's been quite a while before I performed any of my pieces in English. Like I performed any of my English pieces. So I hope next time we do this, all of you have learned Swahili and be fluent. yeah. So that was my. I hope the next time I come around, I must do a Sheng piece. So you guys need to be ready for that. Go learn some Swahili somewhere. Just reach out to me and I'll give you free lesson.
Yeah, man. Charlie, we look forward to having more of you later in the future. And thank you so much, Timo GH. All right, so look out for this brother on Slam Africa. All right, Ifuma, over to you. Thank you so much, Timo.
Okay, so we are moving on to the woman with many qualities. Apioko.
Please unmute.
Okay, I'm unmuted now. So my very last piece, and I was saying that I think that Nati will love this one because it's full of rhyme.
In advance.
Okay, so it's called When the Person Who's Called COVID Came. Yeah, it's a part of my new collection by the same name, When the Person Who's Called COVID Came.
Nice.
We were walking along the bustling city streets, talking while we caressed our tongues with delicious restaurant treats, our hearts burning and our stomachs churning because of the attractive men and queens that we would meet. Dancing the Accra nights away in shisha smoke clubs, winding our chunky hips to the upbeat Afrobeat and Afrobeat. Pushing, pulling, propelling, praying, penising and pussying for money to keep our lives neat and sweet. Gisting our days away on WhatsApp, and then crowning it all with the hope to become viral tweets. Posing and fleeking and posting on Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram, only then would a 24-hour cycle be complete. Studying until our brains and souls and breaths were tired, so that we could pass, graduate, and earn one of society's welcoming seats. Hustling and grinding so that we and our families could eat. Working and sweating down to the fabric of our lacy bras and our sexy thongs until we could no longer stand on our own 2 feet. Kissing warm, silky lips until we could no longer bear the heat. Sexing and loving and sexing and sucking and milking and rubbing and licking and thrusting and riding and stroking and climaxing until the sun would rise and slap our faces before we could even wake up to greet. We were all on what we considered to be a youthful, fulfilling, meandering, intricate, adventurous, lecherous, perfect, and continuous soulful journey. But then the person who is called COVID came. He came like a plague, faceless, baseless, and ruthless. Then the person who's called COVID exhaled a breath of venom, and all of the land was filled with sickness, misery, poverty, isolation, social distance, and death. The truth is that when the person who's called COVID came, we lost our will to move without caution. We lost our will to breathe without fear. But when I hear the numbers, when I see the figures, when I get lost in the endless chaotic rooms of testing kits, nose masks, spacesuit prisons, ventilators, and precious oxygen tanks, when I hear, see, taste, and smell death, then I'm reminded that I am still alive. And then I continue the soulful journey, even if it's only for a while, until I fall into a fear-induced paralysis once more.
Charlie, you can only love Apioko. Trust me. You can only love Apioko. Amazing. And at this moment, I wish you could just read the comments, because and for those of you who are holding back your comments, I see you all, Charlie.
I see what you people like. I see what you people like.
And even though I have a bias for rhymes, I also love good content. And this content was so intense. And it's a Ehalakasa poem. Finish. I don't want us to talk. I wish Dr. So was here to interpret this very piece.
I know.
Okay, all right, Charlie, beautiful. So before, I want us to read the comments that came through, but then let's have Lams do his piece, and then we read the comments and see what happened through the night. Charlie, some people are still feeling the effects of that piece.
Charlie, you ain't ready.
Yeah, Charlie, hit us with it.
Okay. So you speak the English of my soul. That's why the word love becomes a different kind of verb when I'm with you. You are the password to my heart's lock, my mood regulator, my DP moderator. With you, I shall never know writer's block. My heart is a blackboard. Write your name on it with a chalk. Every moment I spend with you cannot be made out. Every moment I spend with you cannot be made out on a clock. We hold our wedding up in the north, and I'm going to wear smock. This feeling I have for you can resist every mock, for you are one of a kind, different from every flock. Your beauty beautifies the beast. I'll tell all the UN troops to knock at your door when they search for peace. My love for you increases by the day and hour like yeast. More than a mere caprice, you spike happiness to a whooping increase. You add a nice tune to my ears, even without the earpiece. Sincere is my love for you, and it shall never cease. If I'm lucky enough to lift your smile and place it in the skies, I'm sure it will shine brighter than the sun. Your beauty is so true, devoid of inequalities. You are my heart's balanced diet. I'll buy you a ticket so you take a flight into my soul. Not to worry, I'll grant you a residence permit so we can stay there until we grow old. If the definition of love isn't you, then I wonder what the Oxford Press is still printing dictionaries for. Forget about being my ex. You do not fit into that equation, be it linear or simultaneous. You read me like a book with no optical frames. PS5 commodes, but you know I don't play games. You know what time it is? It's 11 o'clock.
Hey, Charlie. This guy looks so innocent. Hey, Charlie. Boy, still. Hey, Charlie. This one, if I let give if a couple days they do these things. Hey, Charlie, it's innocent as he is. This guy. Somebody they asked me for backstage say, you got woman and because this word that just came out. You got woman, you just Charlie. So it's love o'clock. And when it's a Ehalakasa online talk party, it's still love o'clock. All right. So before we draw the curtains, let's have Fuma read out some of the beautiful comments of love that were sent through the chat box.
Okay, so Lams, Timoji K, up your call, please put your social media handles in the chat button so that we can follow you and follow your works.
Yes.
All right, so from Wawe16, here for the love of poetry and Timoji K, 100%. From OK, it's the accent for me. From Fiber, Natty, it was a sad one like the one you lost marks for at your slam in 2014.
Don't remind me.
Women are national treasures, so treat them with love. From No Nickname. Okay, so I heard he won Natty. He won something.
Who? Timoji? Timoji K?
No nickname.
Oh, okay.
Check it up for me.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so from Fiber again. Make sure report me to Dobsu. Jimmy Sana Dosu. Why is up to your call? Okay, so Lime's drop has linked the audio mark. And Apioko responded, I am here. Oh. Timo, your words are powerful. Congratulations, Timo. That's great, Timo, from Ifo. Thank you from Timo. Apioko from Lambs. I love that from Timo. Apioko from Okay the Poet. Thank you, Lambs. Thank you, Timo. I see you, Okay the Poet, my son in whom I am well pleased from Apioko. Spitting and listening, licking, no. Hey, from Okay the Poet. Rated 18 from Iban. This one is rated 26 from Okay the Poet. Sensible rhyme from Apioko. Shine, my sister, fearless poetry that heals from Mama Kida. It's love o'clock from Timo. Sister Makida, thank you, my love, at Apioko. Okay, thank you, my love, from Apioko. So you can follow Apioko at Apioko everywhere. So on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, just type Apioko and you will see her right there. And Timoji K2 is on Facebook and Instagram as at Timoji K. And on Twitter is Mina. Hey, the name there. Mina Kibani. Go to the chat, but we will know what I'm mentioning. So these are all we have for tonight. And this happens every Friday, 6 o'clock. And you can follow us too on all the social media platforms at Ehalakasa on Facebook, Ehalakasa Twitter, Ehalakasa Instagram. Okay, nothing.
Nice.
Maybe.
Nice, Charlie. Thank you so much, Efungwa. And tonight has been a mixture, has been a blend, been like a cocktail of words from Lambs, from Timo, from Apioko, Charlie. It's been healing, moved from life-giving pieces to solemn ones, a little bit of display, and all of them we give them all to you, Charlie. It's been amazing. It's been another amazing episode, and thank you all so much. And I'm Nati Ogli. I've done this with Efungwa. The link will be left open for about 5 minutes before we say goodbye. All right, so let me say who stayed to the end. Yeah, Archibald Colley, Charlie. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. First time seeing you there. Yes.
Nati. Okay,
yes.
So the name there, no nickname.
Yeah.
He's the boss of Slam Africa in Kenya. Yeah, he's the boss of Slam Africa in Kenya. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Wow. Nice. Oh, okay. Nice. So I believe Timo may know him well. Also, Black. All right. Nice. So